I've done it again. I bought something a little bit nerdy and a little bit geeky and interesting. What is it? The Orbitkey Nest Star Wars Edition. What is it? Is it any good? Let's take a look inside. Hello again. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done that many reviews, so I saw this, well, quite a few times over the past couple of years. I quite liked the look of it, but they released Star Wars one a while ago. They've had a big sale. They've been getting rid of them, so that's the time to jump in, I guess. So, as I said, it's the Orbitkey Nest version 2. This is the Darth Vader edition, because, of course, I'm not going to get the Obi-Wan edition, am I? So, you know, let's have a look at it. So, first of all, the packaging. As you can see, quite nice packaging. It says Star Wars Orbitkey Nest version 2. Has the nice Imperial emblem there. It says portable desk organizer with built-in wireless charger. A little bit more information on there. So, on this side, it says, awaken your dark side. Nice little scene there of Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, obviously from the series Obi-Wan. Nothing on that side, and on the other side, a home for your everyday essentials. And on the back, a little bit of information of what it is. So, portable desk organizer with built-in wireless charger. Orbitkey Nest is a home for all your everyday essentials, helping you declutter and stay organized wherever you are. Wireless charging pad for QI compatible devices up to 15 watt, and iPhone fast charging up to 7.5 watt. Customized storage to suit specific needs. Single layer organization to help you easily locate items. Dual access mode, stationed or on the go. And some certification and everything else on there, and some examples of the kind of things you can do with it. So what is it? It is basically a desk organizer you can take with you, and it's got a wireless charging pad and so on as well. So quite good. And if we open that up, once again, a little bit more information about what it is and how you can use it. So it's got wireless charger there. There's a little bit of a tray to put everyday items, and then it shows what the inside looks like. But let's actually take it out and have a look, shall we? It's very nice packaging as well, I must admit. I do quite appreciate it. I like good packaging when it's well thought out. And this definitely is with all the customized Star Wars stuff as well, so I can't really fault that. I've got a few items here that I'll put in to see sort of things you can do with it and that sort of thing. So we see a little bit around it. So we've got Star Wars on Orbitkey embossed into there, and once again the Imperial seal. Got nice red elastic there to keep it closed. On the front then we have nice Orbitkey logo that is in metal, and we have a little leather tab there, and then the base, see the material there. On the back we also have a bit of a loop and the USB-C port there. It's not a charging port, it's an actual cable, because it does need power. It doesn't have a battery or anything else, so you do need to have power to it. So that's the basic outside. Let's have a quick look on the inside. So the odd thing about this, there's two different ways you can open it up. So you can open it up if it's on a desk, just like that, nice and easy. So it stays like that. Or if you close it, you can just lift the lid straight off. So now you have them separate. So you can put it on a desk, just this piece, and have it charging, and have this open with all your items in it. So that's kind of good. You just slip it back on, and the hinge works like that. I'll show the hinge again in a minute, but it does go all the way. But with nothing in there, it's not that stable. But there you go. Push it a little bit further to make it stable. So what we have inside is the actual cable. One thing I have found out about this, a lot of people said that the USB-C charger here is actually longer than a standard USB-C. So they found that other charging cables won't work very well on it. So it's better to use the actual Orbitkey one. And it's nice having the L joint on that as well to make it nice and neat on the desk, which just fits in and it isn't sticking out. That's quite nice, with a nice little Orbitkey Velcro cable tidy. There is another Orbitkey cable tidy there. Let's take this out. Once again, it shows little big examples of the sort of things you can do with it. Put that to one side. So this is the main part of it. So we've got these little organizers here. I don't know if you can see that, where it says Orbitkey on one side, and on the bottom is Velcro. There's quite a soft fabric in there, so the whole point, you put it in, twist it a little bit, and it makes it fairly sturdy. But you can move them around wherever you want for organization. So that's pretty good. So let's take these out. And then we can have a go at organising them. They do fit in fairly sturdily. For that, so quick information about what this actually is and what it's made of. So the length is 9.5 inches or 240 millimeters. The width is 120 millimeters or 4.7 inches. And the height externally is 50 mil or 1.9 inches. And the internal height there, which would be a similar height to those, so the height from the base to the lip here, is 36 millimeter or 1.4 inches. So that means you can only put anything in there as long as it's less than 36 millimeters. So the material is a genuine leather surface on top, polycarbonate shell with nylon poly melange fabric, whatever that means, Dacron elastic with a latex core, and it's a zinc alloy material there for the actual clasp. And the technical aspects: up to 15 watt coil output, USB-C input, USB-C to USB-A braided nylon cable, and the length of the cable is 1 meter. So there you go. That's the basics of it. So if I'm going to take this lid off the top first of all, and let's have a look at what we want to put on it. So first of all, we will want the cable in there somewhere as well. So let me get a few things. So a few things I may take with me. I'm getting all dust and bits in there. So a nice little pack of playing cards, just because I like things like that, just so you can play solitaire by yourself, or if you're with other people, you can play a game of cards. Something I just think's a nice, useful, interesting thing to have with you. So I'm going to put that there. I also have very small and neat power brick. So it's just USB-A, so I can actually use this out and about for charging devices. And I put that there. So if I put that down by there and put this next to it, and see how we do size-wise. I may need to move things around a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So once again, slip it in, twist it a little bit, so it puts it in place. Next thing I will want is my Samsung wireless headphones. That's quite a good one. I will also want my chop chucks. So once again, it's something for kind of fidget, that sort of thing. You see it's nunchucks, but they are also chopsticks. Something I got from Kickstarter a while ago. So I'll put the link in the description for that, but that's something that's quite nice and neat. So that'll go in it nicely, I think. All right, what else do we have? I've got a couple of pens and stuff as well, a few bits and pieces. So I also want to put, I'm just going to slip those by there. So what these are is, it's a USB-C memory card reader, which is quite good. And this is a USB-C to USB-A, both directions. So one for each of them. So that's quite good. I'll look at how I'm going to organize that a little bit better shortly. And I've got another card reader that's USB-A, USB-C, but it's got micro SD and SD, because that's always useful as well. A few other bits and pieces of things I want are some of these. What else have I got over here? A notepad is always useful. I'm sure I've got something else over here. What else have I got? I had something else. I don't know what I did with it. Once again, on the fidget stuff, I like to carry just a little coin so you can flip and do stuff with. It's obviously Lucifer's coin from the TV show Lucifer. So that's quite a nice little thing as well. Right, so what shall we do for this? So that will actually fit. I think those will fit on top of the playing cards, can't they? Hopefully that'll fit. So I've got a few spaces. I haven't used that yet, but I'm just going to put that over by there. Still got to put that somewhere as well. That's quite good. So if I put that by there, maybe. Put that by there. That fits nicely. I've got space by there for something. I'm not quite sure what. In fact, well, those... Oh, there you go. Put little bits by there. I can slot pens there quite nicely. I keep that one out. So I've got one pen there. It's just a little tactical pen with a few bits and pieces. So it's got spirit level, it's got a ruler, normal pen. It has some other bits like a a stylus there, and also a little screwdriver. So it's just basic little things. I haven't put anything in there yet, and I've still got a couple of dividers that I can do something else with. I can also put a little notepad there. So let's put this on top of that. That closes. There we go. That's pretty good. What you can do as well, on the back of this, there is a pen slot. So once again, it's just another silly tactical pen that has a pen, has a bottle opener, has a little torch. So it's just a little useful pen for all different situations. So you go. That's basically it. That all fits. That's quite nice. I quite like that. So there's so many different things you can do with it and different ways you can organize it that I will find more things to do with it later on. But I think that's quite a good start. So once again, so this hinge here, if I take it off, so if you can see this little cutout notch here, you can see that. Let's put that there. So you can see the notch there. That actually attaches to this little metal piece here. So you can see that. Probably can't see it very well. So you can see that there. Oh, well, you can see that. So it's a little notch just in the front of it there. So what it does is attaches to that. Soon I lift it up. It's quite difficult to see. Oh, there you go. If I do that, there you go. I'll try and zoom in on that. So you can see it's got a little notch that fits into, and it just hooks around that, and it can then move around because it is elasticated. It's attached to the elastic there for the pen. So that's quite a nice little unusual hinge. Easy to do, and that's on there. So let's put this back and plug that in there. There we go. That is quite nice. Once again, if we open it up, you might be able to see then where the hinge attaches there. But I do like the way you can have it open like that, or push it a little bit further and it's fully open. I think that's quite nice. But everything fits in nice. As I said, I've got quite a lot in here. There's so many different things you can do, because obviously I've still got 2 more dividers I can use. So I could rearrange things a little bit more, have it a little bit tidier, different things in there, that sort of thing. But I think that's quite a good amount of different bits and pieces I've got in there. Let's stick those in there. And I've got a little notepad as well, which you might be able to put in there. I'm not sure how deep this is. Could do, but I don't personally like that. I might put it that way. There you go, I'll put it that way. But there is a slot there. We didn't even talk about the top. So at the top we have a little mesh compartment there. We've got one little slot there, which is good for memory card. A slot there you can put an actual card. There's a slot there as well, so you can put a key there, memory card there, anything like that. It's got a little slot there, slot here, which is good for a credit card, and a large slot here, which is the size of like A5 paper, but it's not quite deep enough to put a whole pad, but you could put a folded up piece of paper or something else with just some notes on it. That fits quite nicely in there as well. The only thing to be careful of, if you put anything quite deep there, it will restrict the height there. So that's the only thing to be kind of cautious of. There you go, that's that. And there we go. That's that. Pretty straightforward. I'll quickly get a cable, plug in the charger so you can see that working. Okay, so I have my cable plugged in, as you can see there. I've got my phone, put it on, and there you go. Charging already, so it works absolutely fine. So that's good. I don't know how well you can see that. Always better like that. That's the only job with this phone. It doesn't like to sit there. Ah, there you go. You can just about see that it is charging. Yeah. The only job with a flip phone, they're not very stable, but charging comes up. There you go. It's charging. So fantastic. Let me try a different cable. Okay, so I've got another cable. Let's plug it in here and see how well that works. It works fine. So some people saying that it's not quite long enough. That's a standard USB-C cable. That seems to work. Look at the difference in length. doesn't seem to be a lot of difference. So maybe it was the version 1 that had the issue, but the version 2, not a problem at all. There you go. That's the Orbitkey Nest version 2. I'm going to try it for a couple of weeks, see how much use I get out of it, see what sort of things I like to put in it, if it's useful for work, if it's just good for home. It's one of those things you can pack all the things, like maybe a compact mouse or something like that, for when you're using it at home, working from home, and then you have to go into the office. You can pack everything into that, and it means you've always got a charger as well. So I think it'd be quite useful for that kind of thing. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me, and join me again soon for some other Orbitkey stuff I might have. So keep your eyes out. Till then, bye-bye for now.